Dear participants, very good evening. We will be starting in 2 minutes. Requesting all the participants to mute yourself. And if you're not able to participate through Google Meet, and as we told very clearly in the group itself, this entire event is streamed in the YouTube also, so that you can check at any time. Okay. Thank you so much. And now let me invite Dr. Sankita to introduce the chief guest to the forum. And then let me invite Professor Gopur, Associate Professor, to deliver the lecture on plagiarism issues to be tackled. Over to you, Sangeeta ma'am. Sangeeta ma'am, you're not audible. You're not completely audible.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, ma'am, now you're audible and you can invite.
Okay, sir, sure. Good evening, sir. Next section of 2-day international workshop on publication, proposal writing for funder project. It's my pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Professor Gufar Abdul Gufar, Associate Professor from Indonesia, and Professor Ravana Arun Barvin, Assistant Professor, Warendra University, Bangladesh. On behalf of our institution, I extend my sincere thanks to both of you for accepting our institutions to be the resource person for this workshop. We are invited to have two imitate personalities who are going to share their expertise in the field of research in which vary, and I wish
Sangeeta ma'am, you are muted. Sangeeta ma'am, you are muted. Kindly unmute yourself.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
And Pravina madam. Sir, welcome. Speech Panita, sir. Bennett, sir.
Okay, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am, for welcoming the guest.
Thank you, sir.
It is about to introduce the chief guest of the day, Professor Gopur, an associate professor, and he is a senior most faculty in this university, and he has published a number of articles in Scopus, like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals, and he is an expert, and he is an editorial board member of various Scopus journals, and he himself running various journals, and he himself involved in various publication events. And it is our prestige and privilege to invite, welcome such a great and resourceful person for this international webinar. So once I was invited him for this international webinar, without any hesitation, he told yes. Bennett said, definitely I will come for the conference. So this is the time. This is the time to welcome our resource person of the day. And today he will be giving a brief note. Today he'll be giving a brief note about uh, what is mean by plagiarism and what are the issues to be tackled while we are dealing with the plagiarism. So without taking much time, let me directly hand over the session to our expected resource person of the day. Dear participants, kindly mute yourself, and if you are finding that if you are keep on unmute yourself means you will be removed, and so you can watch the entire event in YouTube stream also. Requesting you all to cooperate with this event, because no, the resource person is not from he's not a we can't say he's not a worthy an unworthy person. He's a worthy person and he has spent enormous time to be with us, and he has taken lots of efforts and pains to deliver this lecture. So I don't want this platform as a playground, and we never ever do this workshop for a money motivated. We are not money based, we are humanity based. Because now the morning session many people talk unwanted stuffs, like are you are money based, you are money founded, you're taking money. We are not money based. We are not agents to suck the blood of common people. We are all faculties working in the reputed institutions. Okay. So please mind your words while talking to the concerned teacher or management. It doesn't seem like if you're paying for 500 rupees means we people are slave to you. No, we are all faculties. So make sure that you are approaching in a formal way. And I never let this people, this conference as a playground. This is a place to learn as well as to get something regarding about research. So I hope that you will be enjoying this entire class, and he'll be taking from the scratch to the top level, because we have a nearly I have 2 years of contact with Professor Gopur, and he has taken n number of lectures for me regarding in the field of publication as well as plagiarism. So today he will be taking classes in the way such a way that everybody will understand about what are the issues about plagiarism, and how as a researcher, as a faculty member, as a researcher expert, how we can deal with this plagiarism, how can we avoid plagiarism. Each and everything we will be discussing in this forum. Meanwhile, if you're having any doubt, requesting you to please send your doubts through WhatsApp as well as other well as in the chat box. People who are joined through YouTube stream, you are most welcome to type your comment in the comments box, so that we will be able to answer your queries once the lecture is done. We are not able to stop in between. So this don't be formal also. So if it is a formal, we have to go in a formal protocol. Once the lecture is done, we will be giving time for the participants to ask their questions. Definitely, it will be answered in a proper way by the resource person. So, thank you so much. Without taking much time, let me hand over the session to the resource person of the day, Professor Gofor. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Bennett, for these honors. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening from Indonesia. First of all, I would like to thank all their participants and also the committee who already joined in this international sessions. Let me share some the material for this evening. Okay, in this evening, I would like to share with you dealing with the plagiarism and academic integrity in digital age. This presented on the 2 days international research methodology workshop on publication and proposal writing for funded projects. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as already explained by Professor Bennett, my name is Abdul. I'm an associate professor of language teaching, humanities and social science of IAIN Madura, Indonesia. As 20 years as a lecturer. Besides, I'm also an editor-in-chief in Oxford Journal of Language and Literature, and also as a reviewer in several journals in Indonesia, and also as a reviewer in some international journals. I already finished my educations in the first for the Magister of English Language Educations, and then for the doctorate program in language and art education, and the second one's doctorate program in sociology. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of discussion for this evening, the first one I would like to share with you dealing with the about the plagiarism spectrum, academic integrity, and also dishonesty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about plagiarism, we have to know first the definition of plagiarism itself. The plagiarism is more than just copying someone else's word, verbatim, for example. It's extend to using the ideas or work without giving them credit. It's a breakdown like this ones. The first one, using someone else's words. I mean, this refers to directly copying sentences, paragraph, passage, or even entire pieces from a source without enclosing them in quotation mark and providing proper citations. The second one, using some else ideas. Plagiarism also includes presenting someone else's thought, concept, or argument as if they were your own without acknowledging the original creators. And the third one, using someone else's work. It will be one of the definition of the plagiarism. I mean, this can include using image, graph, chart, or any other from a creative work without obtaining permission or giving proper attribution to the original creators. Well, ladies and gentlemen, why it is important for us, why it is important to study dealing with the plagiarism itself. In this case, the importance of academic integrity and honesty. I share with you the first one, preservation of intellectual property. I mean, respecting the intellectual property of the others ensure that individuals receive recognition and credit for their original ideas and contribution. The second one, fostering trust and credibility. In this case, it is a kind of upholding academic integrity cultivates an environment of trust and credibility within academic communities where students, educators, and researchers can rely on the validity and the authenticity of each other's work. The third, promoting learning and critical thinking. In this case, the promoting learning and critical thinking, engaging in original research and citing sources properly promotes learning and critical thinking skills, as it is encourages students to analyze, synthesize, and evaluate information rather than simply regurgitating it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, why we are going to study about this one? There's no other word than the objective. The objective, knowing about the plagiarism is exactly will be, in this case, all the students, I mean the participant, will gain clarity on what constitutes plagiarism itself, including various forms of plagiarism and common misconceptions. That will be the first one of understanding the plagiarism. The second one, awareness of consequence. In this case, participants will learn about the potential academic, legal, and professional repercussions of plagiarism itself, on highlighting the importance of ethical conduct in academic and professional setting. The third one will be empowerment through prevention. In this case, participants will be equipped with practical strategies and tools to prevent plagiarism itself, such as a proper citation technique, time management skill, the use of plagiarism detection software, and others. By addressing this point, the presentations aim to raise awareness, promote ethical behavior, and empower individuals to uphold academic integrity in their scholarly endeavors. What about plagiarism itself? The plagiarism is the work of someone else and saying it's yours. The plagiarism itself is a part of academic integrity. I mean, being honest about your work, including not cheating in exam, for example. In this case, the plagiarism is the act of using someone or someone else's ideas, work, and work without giving them credit and presenting it as your own. It is considered unethical and is a form of academic and intellectual dishonesty. In this case, plagiarism can occur in various forms such as copying and pasting from a source without citations, paraphrasing without attribution, using someone else's work in a slightly modified form, or even self-plagiarism. For example, submitting the same work in multiple places without proper disclosure. In this case, the plagiarism undermines the principle of originality, credibility, and trustworthiness in academic professional, and creative will. It can have severe consequences, including academic penalties, reputational damage, and legal issues. Ladies and gentlemen, when talking about the plagiarism and also the creation itself, it will depend on us, depend on the authors, depend on the researcher, for example, to make sure that it is real, the original one, with our ideas, own ideas. I mean, yeah, talking about talking about the plagiarism itself, it will be talking about the given sentence, describe the concept of plagiarism and its relationship to academic integrity. Let's let it break down and explain each part. For example, like this one. On the presenting the word, on the presenting the work of someone else and saying it's yours, this part of the sentence define that plagiarism is the act of using someone else's work or content and falsely claiming it as one's own. Plagiarism can occur in a various forms such as copying and pasting from a source without proper attribution, paraphrasing without giving credit, or submitting someone else's work as if it were your original creation. In this case, on the plagiarism itself, is a part of academic integrity. I mean, in this case, being honest about your work will be this part of highlight that plagiarism is directly related to academic integrity. In this case, academic integrity refers to the ethical principle and values that the student, researchers, and academic must uphold in their academic endeavors. It encompasses honestly, trustworthy, and respecting intellectual property. By engaging in plagiarisms, individual violate the fundamental tenet of the academic integrity, which can lead to severe consequences. And then include not cheating in exam, for example. This part connect plagiarism with other form of academic dishonesty, such as cheating during exam, cheating in exam involved using unauthorized material, that getting evaluations, getting assistance from others without permission, or attempting to deceive the evaluation process. Both plagiarism and cheating in the exam undermine the integrity of the educational system that can result in academic penalties. Now talk about the plagiarism spectrum. Okay. Um, Before talking about the plagiarism spectrum, we are going to explain you first dealing with the plagiarism. That is um, um, the definition. I mean, the differences between plagiarism and also creation. I mean, when we talk about the creation, it will be refers to the process of generating new ideas, content, or work of art that are original and have not been previously published or presented by others. It involves expressing one thought, insight, and also creativity without relying on existing work. And what about the plagiarism? The plagiarism is the act of using someone else's ideas, word, or work without giving proper credit and presenting it as your own. It involves the intentional or unintentional mispresentation of another person's intellectual property as original work. And based on this kind of creation and also plagiarism, we come up to the ethical implication. On the plagiarism is considered a serious ethical violations as it involves dishonesty, deception, and the infringements of intellectual property right. It undermines the principle of academic and professional integrity, credibility, and trustworthiness, while the creation, on the other hand, uphold ethical standard by recognizing and respecting the original of ideas and giving credit to the source when appropriate. It promotes honestly, authenticity, and the responsible use of knowledge. Now talk about source of content. On the plagiarism, the content is derived directly from someone else's work without proper acknowledgement. This can include copying and pasting, paraphrasing without citation, or submitting someone else's work under your name. What about the creation? On the creation, talking about the source of content, in the creation process, the content is generated from the individual's own thought, experiences, research, or artistic inspiration. It may draw on existing knowledge or the branches, but the resulting work is an original contribution. What about the intellectual growth? On the plagiarism, engaging in plagiarism stun intellectual growth and learning opportunities since individuals are not actively thinking, analyzing, or critically engaging with the subject matter, while the creations encourages intellectual growth, critical thinking, and problem solving. It allows individuals to develop their unique perspective and contribute original insight to their field of study or artistic domain. What about the consequences of each other's? On the plagiarism can lead to severe consequences, including academic penalties, damage reputation, and legal issues in some cases. What about the creation? The creating original work is rewarded with recognition, personal growth, and the opportunity to contribute something valuable to academic or creative community. Ladies and gentlemen, what can we do to prevent or ward off plagiarisms? There are so many items here. There are so many items for us in when we're talking about the plagiarism itself. How to preventing the plagiarism. It will be requires as multifaceted approach that involve education, awareness, and the promotion or ethical behavior. Here will be several strategies to prevent of plagiarism. The first one will be talking about education and awareness. Okay, education and awareness. To provide through instruction on what education instruction on what constitutes plagiarism, for example, including example and also the cases of studies. And then offer workshop or seminars in proper citation method and academic integrity. Incorporate discussion about plagiarism and ethical writing practices into the curriculum across various disciplines, for example, like this one. And then utilize resources such as an online tutorial, handout, and also interactive module to reinforce understanding. The second one's on preventing plagiarisms. Promote originality and critical thinking. Encourage students to develop their own ideas and argument rather than relying solely on existing sources. Foster a culture of inquiry and intellectual curiosity that values independent research and creativity. And then assign project and assignment that requires critical analysis, synthesis of information, and also application of knowledge. And it is better for you such kind to just emphasize on proper citation and referencing. For example, for today we got such kind of Mendeley, Zotero, and others. It will be help us. It will help the researcher. It will help our student or authors to prevent plagiarism. So in this case, we directly cite Yeah, we have easily cite others' work to to complete our reading. Teach our students how to cite sources correctly according to established citation style, such kind of APA format, MLA format, Chicago, and others. Which one that's suitable for you and all for your students, and then provide clear guideline and on how to use direct quotation, paraphrasing, and also summarizing. Stress on the importance of providing citation for all sources consulted, including both text-based and multimedia sources. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, different ways to plagiarize will be submitting on an entire assignment that someone else has written, copying, pasting, paragraph, and also sentence from someone else, and also some kind of paraphrasing, using your own work from a different essay and also different level of intent. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I already explained just now, dealing with how to avoid plagiarisms. Okay, what I'm already shared with you. The first one is education and awareness, promote originality and critical thinking, emphasize proper citation and referencing, and then encourage time management and academic integrity. In this case, I mean, um, 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 yeah, in this case, I mean what we already done dealing with the emphasize the importance of planning and time management to avoid last minute rushes, for example, and temptation to plagiarize, break down assignment to into manageable tasks with interim deadline to encourage steady progress, and then discuss the value of academic integrity and the long-term benefit of developing research and writing skill. The other one will be use plagiarism detection tools, that kind of Turnitin, yeah, Turnitin, and then Grammarly, and then copy space, plagiarism checker, and others. There are so many kind of um, um, open source programs or application in the website that we could use, yeah, to avoid the plagiarism itself. Well, ladies and gentlemen, okay, as I already just now explained, the using of resources, okay? Yeah, quizzes, activities, plagiarism attitude scale, citation quiz, using sources quiz, and others. It is something that is very important for the participant to use any kind of resources to prevent the plagiarisms. Okay. As already I explained just now, dealing with the using of emphasizing on proper citation and referencing. In this case, we have to teach our students. We have to teach our researchers. We have to teach our authors to use that kind of citation style, like this one MLA, and then American formats, upper format, and then Turabian and also Chicago. Okay, there are so many kind of link that I already sent here, and in this case you have to try to comprehend each other's. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, plagiarism detection tool. Okay, something that is very common in our educational context is our tradition. Okay, by using this one, it is very important for us. It will be easily for us to use this kind of tool to detect the plagiarism itself, to know the similarities that we that we I mean to help us in finishing our material. And that's one's academic integrity. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on the academic integrity, as I already explained before, there are four. Okay, there are four items. The first one will be talking about ethical implication, source of content, and then intellectual growth, and also the consequence itself. In this case, the ethical implication will be talk about plagiarism is considered a serious ethical violation as it is involves dishonesty, deception, and the infringements of intellectual property right. It is undermine the principle of academic and professional integrity, credibility, and also trust or change. Okay, next one. On the academic integrity, try to focus on the source of content and also the intellectual growth, and also the knowing the consequences of the plagiarism is already done by them will be has that kind of consequences. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on on academic integrity for instructors, the first one, okay, there's so many kind of items that I already explained here. Plan the class so it will be worthwhile to the students. Do your best to answer questions with current information. Honestly answer when you don't know and get the answer by the next class. Don't allow students to ridicule others or their ideas. Do your best during class time to prepare the student for exam assignment. Carefully monitor exam so the honest student will be not be disadvantaged by other students who may choose to cheat. Confront students if you suspect they have plagiarized or in other ways that may be dishonest. Okay, by implementing this kind of strategies, educational institutions can take proactive steps to prevent plagiarism and promote a culture of academic integrity and honestly among student and faculty members. Okay, when talking about the dishonesty include plagiarism, cheating, assisting, fabrication, tampering, and others. Okay, now we focus on preventing what of plagiarism. Okay, as I already explained in the beginning of my presentation, the several strategies and practices can be implemented in academic, professional, and creative setting. Here are some effective measures to combat plagiarism. The first one, talking about education and awareness. Yeah. Education and awareness will be something that done by the teacher, lecturer to educate students, researchers, professional about what constitutes plagiarism and its consequences. Raise awareness about the importance of academic integrity. Okay. And the value of the original work. And then proper citation and referencing. Teach and reinforce proper citation and referencing styles such as APA format, MLA, and also Chicago or Tribune. Depending on the field of the study or industry, provide clear guidelines on how to cite sources accurately in written work, how to present present the work and others from of the communication. The third one, encourage critical thinking. Try to promote the student on the critical thinking and analyze to help individuals to develop their ideas and interpretation of information rather than relying solely on existing sources. I already explained you dealing with the how to use plagiarism detection tool. In this case, utilize plagiarism detection software to identify potential instances of plagiarism in academic papers, article, or other document. This can act as the deterrent and provide a way to check the originality and submitted work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, come up to academic dishonesty include the plagiarism, cheating, assisting, and also fabrication and tampering. Okay, next. When talking about their academic dishonesty, it will be refers to unethical or fraudulent behavior that undermine the principle of academic integrity. On academic integrity, on academic dishonesty, can occur in various forms, both inside and outside the classroom, and it is a serious offense in educational institution. Here are some common examples of academic dishonesty. As I told you, plagiarism. It is copying or paraphrasing someone else's work or content without proper citation and presenting it as one's own. The plagiarism can occur in written assignment, research paper, presentation, and other academic work. What about the cheating? Yeah, cheating will be using unauthorized material or assistant during exam or test. In this case, cheating can involve sneaking in notes, using hidden devices, or communicating with others to get answers during exam. Okay, use or attempted use unauthorized material, information, or study aid, or an act to deceit, which by which a student attempt to misrepresent mastery of academic efforts or information. This includes, but is not limited to, unauthorized copying or collaboration on a test or assignment using prohibited material and text, any misuse of an electronic device, or using a deceptive means to gain academic credit. Okay, next. Assisting, assisting will be helping another's commit on an act of academic dishonesty. This include, but this is not limited to paying or bribing someone to acquire or test or assignment. Okay, it is a kind of assisting. And then the next, fabrication. Yeah, okay, the fabrication is a falsification or invention of any information, including but not limited to falsifying research, inventing or exaggerating data, or listing incorrect or fictitious references. In this case, creating or altering data, quotes, or source to support a false claim in academic work. In this case, fabrication is a form of dishonesty that aims to deceive readers or evaluators. And the next one will be collusion. It is an illegitimate collaboration between students on individual assignment or project, meant to be completed independently. In this case, collusion undermines the principle of fair evaluation and individual effort. And then, impersonation. Is this having someone else take an exam or submit academic work on one's behalf? Impersonation, it is a serious often that can lead to severe consequences. The next one will be ghost writing. Yeah, ghost writing. Hiring someone else to write academic papers or assignment, and submitting theme as one's own work. It is that happen today. There are so many kind of ghost writers around us. I don't know whether in India it is already happened or not, but in Indonesia it's happened in some kind of during academic activities. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next one is tampering, altering or interfering this with evaluation instrument or document. Okay, now why dishonesty happen? Okay, why dishonesty happen? In this case, when talking about why it is happen, the first one is time management. We have to know that everyone has a little bit of time so that they come up to the activities that we call dishonesty. And then stress and overwhelm, motivation and also interest, confusion, competition, lazy, or it's okay to cheat mentality. I mean, that's one. So, based on the 6 items here, their environments support them to make, this dishonesty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what about the consequences of for dishonesty? As I already explained you in the beginning of my presentation, talking about dishonesty, it will be verbal or written warning. Someone will be given some kind of warning from the one who has some kind of authority, and then assignment penalty. For example, give a 0 grade for the assignment, academic penalty for the course, giving some kind of lower grade, or for example, give F grade for the course, and also no grade replacements. It is the consequences for dishonesty participant, student, or others by doing some kind of dishonesty. I mean the plagiarism itself. The consequences for dishonesty violation condition may include removal from your academic majors, removal from academic college, referral to the formal student conduct committee, defer suspension, and then suspend from the university. And also for the work, I mean for article, for example, will be embargo or decline. Yeah. Okay, so the process is not published in any kind of publishers. Okay, what about the role to conducting process? The first one, yeah, follow the reporting process. It will protect you. Print out the reporting form, review evidence and situation with instructor, level of evidence, meet the student, level of evidence, and then recommend sanction for and forward. It will be help you to use this kind of role. And now, yeah. What about the other one? Print out reporting forms, and then review evidence and situation with the officers, level of evidence with the student, and also recommend sanction and forward. Okay, it will be the ways to help prevent academic dishonesty. The first one, when we have first class session, discuss academic dishonesty policy and also the consequences. Group assignment, designing the boundaries, what is acceptable regarding collaboration for what practical assignment, and then research paper. Yeah, research paper clearly define the citation. Okay, we have to teach them how to use some kind of citation management system, for example, Zotero, Mendeley, and others. Which one is very familiar for our students, for our others? Yeah, we have to choose one of them. Okay. The ways to help prevent academic dishonesty, tasks and quiz reminders regarding academic integrity during tests, avoid routine testing procedures. Okay, for example, the same test, we have to use what's that? The variety of the test itself, number of copies, dishonest material, random seeding, and others. Okay. Next one. Resource for your students, okay, by using this one, okay, academic success centers, study skill, reading, testing, time management, and others, the writing centers, writing assignment, feedback, grammar, and also citation, counseling and psychological services, disability assist services, international education, and online resources that can on all Purdue, plagiarism.org, and there are so many kind of information there. While finally we come up to the summary. Plagiarism is presenting the work of someone else and saying it's yours. How to avoid accidental paraphrase by referencing properly, developing good ways to paraphrase, and talking good one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in this kind of session. I back to the moderators. Dear moderators, Ms. Sangita.
Hello. Hello.
Yep.
May I? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, Janaki, you are audible. Please move on.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
It was really great and very knowledgeable points regarding the plagiarism, and it is very, very much important for all the researchers. Sir, actually, my question is that in the plagiarism,
What is the easy way to avoid a plagiarism? See, citation actually, if I have quoted citation, all that thing, references, bibliography, all that thing. But apart from that, if I receive some plagiarism, so what I should do if within a few days, what I should do? What is the easy way to avoid a plagiarism?
Yeah, thank you for the question. It is a very valuable question actually. Okay, what is something to do to prevent plagiarism. In this case, on preventing plagiarism requires a multifaceted approach that involves educations. There are so many kind of strategies, as I already explained in the beginning of my presentation. The first one is education and awareness. It is provided through instruction on what constitutes plagiarism, including example, case studies. And then promote originality and critical thinking. I mean, encourage students to develop their own ideas and argument rather than relying solely on existing sources. Foster a culture of inquiry and intellectual curiosity that values independent research and credibility. Something that is very important. Cite others' work. Okay, cite others' work. In this case, emphasize proper citation and referencing. It is important for a lecturer, for a teacher, for example, to teach the student how to cite sources correctly according to established citation style. For example, A.P.A format, MLA or Chicago or maybe Turabian. And also it is important for the student to study about citation management application, for example, Zotero, Mendeley, and others. In this case, by provide clear guideline on when and how to use direct quotation, paraphrasing, and also summarizing, will be stressed on the importance of writing, providing citation for all sources consulted, including both text-based and also multimedia sources. The fourth one, the strategies will be encourage time management and academic integrity. I mean, emphasizing the importance of planning and time management to avoid last-minute rushes. Again, avoiding last-minute rushes and the temptation to plagiarize. If it is done on the last minute, then the assignment is not ready yet, the process of plagiarism will be open. Okay, and the next one, try to use plagiarism detection tool. For example, plagiarism checkers, and then Turnitin, and also Grammarly, and Copyspace, and others. There are so many kind of open source system that we could copying from website. The last one, promote a supportive learning environment. In this case, we have to create an open and supportive atmosphere where the student feel comfortable on seeking guidance and clarification on academic expectation. In this case, the students providing constructive feedback on draft and assignment to help students improve their writing and also the research skill. I think that's all, Ms. Janky Good.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sir, I have a question. I'm Mrs. Bhavani Suri. I'm from Mumbai. I'm the founder CEO of the Mapo Consultants. I've been in the writing industry for quite some time, and I'm personally embarking on a PhD overseas in the United States, primarily in Chicago. I'm a student of sociology. I come with a vast experience, basically, but I just have two quick questions, particularly, with regard to research paper writing. You talked about plagiarism. I've worked in the industry with people in terms of plagiarism. I have the tools. I've got everything with me, etc. To actually detect plagiarism and detect AI as well. Now, there are two questions. One is, because this revolves around plagiarism, what percentage of a research paper can be personal views, and number two, what about AI? Chat GPT does not come across as plagiarized at all and gives out unique
Yeah.
unique content.
Okay.
So these two questions are something, if you could please help me answer.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Leons. Dealing with your question, actually, the first one, we talk about the percentage. Yeah, we talk about the percentage. First of all, it is my experience as a reviewer and also editor in chief of journals. Um, it will be depend on the journal itself to give the percentage. For example, I have to reach, I have to accept an article with 15 percentage of similarity.